What's up, guys? My name is Khan, and we're back today in Scrap Mechanic, and we're back playing around once again with the wing mod. I need to get back into playing around with the electromagnetic mod too. There's just so many cool things to work on, and I just get inspiration for all sorts of different things that I decided, you know what, I'm going to play around with the wing mod again. And actually, this was kind of a weird project. It started as sort of the intent to try and build a really small plane. This plane, of course, uses a few mods, so it's got the polygon mod pack there for the, single electric engine. And I believe the invisible seat is in the polygon mod pack. I'm not sure. Definitely the nose cone. And then, of course, it's got the mod pack as well for the tiny little pico thruster on the back, and then the wings pack. But I wanted to make a micro jet like this one. Now, it does have to launch vertical here. We just put it up with the lift. And if we hit one, well, you can see, first of all, we've got controls. You can see there, we've got roll controls, and we've got pitch with W and S, and that's it. There's no yaw. It's so small, it didn't really do anything. So here we go. If we launch with one, though, you see we can fly, and if we can, oh boy, no, that's that. All right, there we go, and then we'll just come on, tip forward. Okay, here we go. Just pitch. Okay, there we go. Come on, up. Let's pitch up. No, pitch up. Oh, okay, that was close. Holy cow. Yeah. No, good. And of course, it's very terrible. Like, the roll controls are so, like, you have to be very careful with the controls. They just have such an effect on the craft because it's so small. So here we're just barely pitching up. There we go. Perfect. But you can see, I was working on this microjet and I thought, man, this thing is awesome. Like, it flies, relatively stable using very small wings. Just those, oh, you can see, yeah, see, it gets going too fast. This is the lowest thrust possible too, with like the pico thruster. It gave me the idea, what about building like a rocket or a missile? A lot of you guys have always talked about having controllable rockets, and the biggest problem with controllable rockets is the fact that they're very hard to steer and make small using the pure thruster method. With only thrusters, you can have a rocket that goes forward and just has a single thruster to move it forward, but it doesn't really have the ability to steer very well, and you can't really control it, and it also doesn't really go straight. The thrusters aren't exactly consistent enough in Scrap Mechanic, but with the wing mod, we can actually make something that flies relatively straight the same way a rocket would have fins on it. And so I decided to try that out and make a couple of different things, one of which, of course, being a bomb dropper that would actually drop bombs that would fall straight to the ground, and the other one being something that could fire rockets straight. And then maybe in a later episode, if depending on what you guys think, we could look at trying to do controllable rockets and actually steer things. But for now, I mean, you can see it's very difficult to steer something that's this small. So I did make the rockets a little bit bigger, and we'll just go down there and check them out right now. Let's see if we can actually, we can land this thing. It's going to be, let's see if we can just kind of pitch down. All right, here we go. No, too much. All right, perfect. Oh, we're flying under the ground now. We're flying under the ground. Okay. We went through the ground. What? We actually went through the ground, and we're flying in that, like, not in the spawnable. Hold on, let's see if we can we keep it here? If we fly too low, it should respawn us back up top. But hold on, we're gonna fly under the, this is so, I've never done this before. Oh, okay, there we go. I'm not gonna upload this microjet to the workshop. It's really easy to build. It's just a couple of blocks, electric engine, a little seat block at the back, very small, but it was just really an experiment, and it inspired me to build this. Now, a few of you might have seen videos where you can decouple objects using the cardboard block. You shoot the cardboard block with the spud gun, then it'll decouple that block, and this missile will be free to be its own object. What I did is I then put a memory bit inside the rocket on a 10-second timer here, which of course we could change that, and that timer just activates this thruster in the back here. Again, using the mod pack just for these thrusters and the polygon mod pack for these blocks. I did change the missile slightly so that it only uses the mod pack and the wings pack, but this one uses the polygon mod pack. This is a test version, and we can take this controller here and we can just adjust this, let's say tip it up like that. And whenever we hit this button will simultaneously shoot, plus it'll activate the memory bit. Now you'll notice there is a double bearing setup here. You don't really need that, except it creates the remote control glitch onto this rocket, which is good because, one, it gives the memory bit time to activate, and two, it allows you to actually find the rocket afterwards if you want to by pulling out your connection tool and seeing where the button connects to. But anyways, we can fire this here. Pretty simple stuff in 3, 2, 1. And you can see there it goes, and it fires very straight. You can see, like, it's oh, now it hit the wall, I think. Oh boy, it's coming back. 10 seconds is a lot of time. All right, it's stuck against that wall. Sometimes they gotta get jammed into objects. I think it's gonna fall. So I think it flew that way, hit that wall, and then came all the way back here, and it's probably gonna rest Oh, no. Yeah, it's on the ground way over there. So we could go pick that one up. In the wings mod, there's actually two different types of wings. You can see these ones, they have a slight angle to them. So there's wings that have a natural, like, 15-degree pitch to them, which I think the intent is for propellers and stuff like that. So you can just make a propeller really easily. I'm not sure. But these ones, I put a natural tilt on it just to see if that would make the rocket fire any better. If we tilt this one up and we fire it, the spiral makes it spin, but it also, you can see, makes it go like out of control like crazy. It doesn't actually make it fly straight anymore. I thought it might, but it really doesn't at all. So it's kind of useless. So I went back to the straight version here, right? And then we're just gonna litter this map with rockets. And then of course I thought, well, what about making like a bomb, something we can drop? Now obviously the rockets don't explode, which kind of sucks. And the bombs won't explode, which kind of sucks. But I thought, if we make a bomb device, could we make a device that when you drop it, the fins will actually kind of slow it down and it'll tip vertical and then fall straight to the ground? And that actually is what this is. So this is a really simple bomb, just unpainted. It's just a lot of that industrial block. And then it's got just 4 fins in the back, which actually tip it up. And so I've just welded it to a Brent Batch flyer here, which just flies straight up really, really well. And you can see, even if we move forward, so we got to get some height, otherwise the bomb doesn't have time to, you know, tilt down. For some reason in Scrap Mechanic, as soon as you disconnect the bomb by hitting that 2 button, it's just going to instantly drop down. So we can just be basically straight above it. And so you can see it just stops instantly, but it does tip vertical, and it drops completely vertical, and we totally missed by like an inch. All right, so we're gonna go straight up above this square here. We were landed in the square slightly. I hope we're gonna stay straight. I mean, we're on a little bit of an angle. Actually, this probably isn't straight at all. It's kind of tilted a little bit. But regardless, we can drop the bomb here in 3, 2, 1, and you'll see it tilts there, it tilts vertical, and actually drops straight down like a bomb kind of would, swaying a little bit back and forth. Oh, we missed ever so slightly, but really, really cool. I really like how that mechanic works. So I decided to make an over-wing bomber type deal. Just a really simple frame again. We've got a tail in the back again with that WS on the pitch and a yaw control as well as roll on the tips of the wings. And this holds 6 bombs. Now, to be able to drop each bomb individually, you can see we've got 6 different spud cannons, and they're lined up at 3 different points. You can see on the wings. So we've got 1 in the front, 1 in the middle, and 1 in the back. And that way, each one can be dropped individually. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to drop all the bombs. 1, of course, activating the thrust, and 2 and 3 on the yaw controls with W and S on the pitch and roll on A and D. So we're going to go put this on the runway. It does need a fair amount of distance to take off. It is noticeably heavier with all the bombs strapped to it. Obviously, we could make a bomber with tons of bombs. The cool thing about making bombs like this is they don't lag your creation at all because they're actually still attached to your creation when you're flying. You don't have to worry about having a creation with like 20, 30, 40 bombs. As long as you can carry the weight, you can drop them one at a time and they won't lag because there's only one disconnect happening at a time. We're going to try and take this off. It does have a very large wingspan, of course, to absorb that weight. Now, I noticed the wings are kind of disconnected. I know there is in the, I think it's a guns and ammo mod or the guns pack mod, there is a wing piece that has like a little attachment point to it. But I think it would be really cool to have that in the wings mod so you didn't have to spawn the second mod. But regardless, I just disconnected the wings, put the bombs on it, and we're good to go. So we're just gonna hit 1, and we'll just hold S until it gets to that stop point there. You see the pipe pieces that stop it, and it'll eventually take off. It does take a little bit. It needs to get up to a certain amount of speed. We're almost there. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Just give it a little bit of roll, and there we go. The roll controls are a bit weird. I didn't really center the roll controls about the center of weight. The wing needs to go a little bit back more. It's kind of a little bit forward of a wing, but works out pretty well. Flies okay, and you know, it does okay. Now it flies, of course, a lot heavier with the bombs, but we'll see. We can line up here. I don't know if we're going to be able to actually hit any of these targets. We're going to try and see what we can do. So we're just going to go yaw a little bit too. There we go, and we'll hit 4. Oh, that hit our tail. That might have been a problem. It'll still drop straight. Oh, it was close actually. If you're pitching and moving while you're dropping the bombs, it'll kind of smack your tail. But if you're flat and level when you drop them, they're usually no problems and they don't interfere. Of course, it would be really cool to make a vehicle that has like bomb bay doors and stuff, but I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. I've just really was trying out different things and seeing if this method worked. All right, here we go. We're lined up here. Let's pitch down a little bit. All right, perfect. Let's drop 5. There we go. Almost clipped the tail there too. I think that missed as well. I'm not very good at this. No, completely missed. All right, let's loop back around. We are flying from very high height, And those are very small targets. They're only like 30 blocks across on the one target, and the other one's, I think, 40 blocks across. All right, let's see if we can rotate back here. Really cool, though, to be flying a plane and trying to bomb targets with it. I mean, if they added explosives, that would just be a whole other level. But, I mean, let's see here. Okay, so I think 6 is the next one. And 7. A double whammy. I don't think either of those hit. Oh, it was close. Very, very difficult. I really need to make a vehicle, I think, that has a bomb bay door and, like, an actual aiming site, like a bomb site that you can, you know, have a seat that's aiming down or something, going first person. I mean, that would be really the way to do this. Now, these bombs, they don't have the remote control glitch the same way the rockets do. They just don't need it. They're just free falling. This plane, of course, is very difficult to fly. It's not exactly the best plane. All right, 8. Oh, that was weird. So for some reason, the bomb took the plane's momentum there, and that literally has never happened to me before. All right, here we go. Let's do this last one. 9. There we go. That one worked normal. That's a total miss, though. Right, so very terrible. So obviously we need to use a better vehicle for this, and I think I've got the solution for that. I think we're going to use this version of the plane, which is, of course, the rocket version. So it's got a little bit more circuitry, a little bit more craziness going on, but you can see we've got 6 rockets instead of bombs. Each one is connected with a double bearing setup, so they do activate the remote control glitch, again, to make it easier for the button to trigger the rocket memory bit, and also to find the rockets afterwards if you really wanted to. But regardless, I did remove the polygons from these rockets. These are all now just only vanilla with the wings mod and the mod pack for the single thruster in the back. So they are a little bit easier. You need the mod pack for this one. And then, of course, with the bomber, you only need the wing pack. Now, the rockets are a little bit lighter than the bombs, so they're a little bit easier to take off with. But the plane has the same controls. This should take off a lot easier. There we go. You can see just a lot less effort. And same controls, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, launch all those rockets. 2 and 3 on the yaw. So we'll just, we're going to yaw around here. We're going to get some height. I'm going to kind of try and dive bomb. All right, here we go. Sloop, roll, and pitch, and fire. I don't know if that hit. Where'd that go? Oh, no, there. Oh, I hit the, oh, okay, we shot and hit the missile thing. Of course, these rockets have a 10-second timer, so if we don't get them in the thing, they're gonna just go flying across the map. All right, here we go. We should put them on a slower timer. Oh, fine, that one missed horribly. Sometimes they do get a little caught on the wings. Again, the more you're moving while you shoot it, like if we're lined up straight, they'll fire perfect. But as soon as we try and move while we're doing stuff, like there we were pitching up while shooting, it's really difficult. So here we go. We're just gonna line up straight here, just so we can see. And now we'll fire, I think, 6. So you can see they're very, very straight firing. 7 as well. Just awesome. Not very good at anti-air, and of course, trying to make one that would home onto a target would be really, really difficult because you have to track the target somehow. Now, these are a pain to reload because you have to reconnect the circuits to the rocket itself, so that's generally why these ones I just respawn the plane. 8, nice, and 9, obliterating the forest. It's so cool to watch those things fly, though. Just really, really accurate. But anyways, of course, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I really love these planes, guys. I love the planes mod. I definitely want to actually make some realistic-looking planes. I know these things don't look like anything. They all look like, you know, sort of weird glider vehicles that they're really just skeleton vehicles. I'm not trying to build them to look like anything special. Really just to test out different concepts. But, of course, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I would like to actually make a few planes that, you know, have a purpose and look like a plane, and you know, maybe some ones out of cardboard so you can actually shoot them down and stuff. But I'd love to hear what you guys think, and of course, while you're at it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see y'all next time.